Hey guys, it's Lauren from the WeightWise Fitness Center. Today we are talking about core exercises in order to keep our midsection nice and strong, keep our backs nice and strong as well, and also our posture. So today we're going to talk about flutter kicks, planks with your elbows, and then bird dogs. So these are all things that would be more on the floor. So my video previous to this was exercises you could do without having to be down on the ground, okay? So we're gonna start with flutter kicks. So flutter kicks engage that core. We're gonna lay down. You can have a mat or carpet, whatever works best for you. We're gonna lay all the way down flat. I'm gonna press all 10 fingers into the mat here. Sometimes putting them underneath your hips helps a little bit too, but I'm gonna draw my shoulders down and back. I'm gonna engage my abs, pull my shoulder blades up off the floor here, and lift those feet. We can hold here. You could touch one to the ground, switch, and kind of alternate it here, or you could keep them both up here. You could also take them up overhead if that's a little bit easier and kinder on your body, and then you would just drop one, pull it back up, and coming up. Or you could take them both midway. It's just whatever you feel like is going to work your core and whatever works better for you. Another alternative that you could use is using resistance bands. So I like bands that have the handles because I feel like there's a lot more you can do with them, especially with your legs. So always putting them around your feet here, kind of making sure it's down around the arch of our foot. So if I pick my feet up, that band is not going to snap back and hit me in the face because that really hurts. I have done it, so let's don't make that same mistake twice, right? So we're going to pull back. So you can either sit kind of in a boat pose, so our spine is nice and long, pull that belly button in, sitting back on that tush here, pulling those feet up off the floor, pull those bands here, straighten out those legs, and flutter. So that's one alternative. You could also lay flat, pull that band nice and tight, elbows pull into the ribs and down on the floor, pull that shoulder blade up off the floor here, lift those legs, and flutter. So those are all different alternatives to using resistance bands and using the flutter for a core exercise. The next one is a plank. So I know we have talked about planks before, but planks really do stabilize that core, okay? So we're going to do planks on our elbows. So the way we get stuck into this is we lay down flat on the floor on our bellies. I'm going to go ahead and start with my elbow underneath my shoulder here, pressing all 10 fingers down into the mat. So if you can't do the full plank, which is extending our feet out and coming and holding here, the other alternative is just to let your knees rest on the ground and pull forward, okay? So a lot of people tend to lift their rear ends when they're doing planks, which would look something more along the lines of this. So we're shifting back. It takes more pressure out of your core. But you notice my shoulder is not over my elbow. So I'm going to pull forward, and then I'm going to tuck that pelvis under and extend through that spine here. So that would be a modified plank. If I was going to do a real plank, or what you would hear a plank more so, not necessarily normal, you're going to extend those feet out. A lot of people tend to stick their booties back up. So we want to pull it forward to here, okay? And then come back down. So some people start with 5 seconds. Some people start with 10. I think I heard the record is like 8 hours. So whatever works for you, okay? The next exercise is a bird dog. So again, this is done on the floor, on our knees. So we're going to take our hands directly underneath our shoulders. I'm going to pull the shoulders down and back, so I don't want to be up like this. I want to pull them down. I'm going to take those knees underneath my hips. So you can just kind of start by rocking back and forth, getting the feel here. Maybe take your toes to the floor. Some people like to curl them under. I prefer just to let the tops of my feet be on the floor. So from here, I'm going to take my right leg back, extend it here, and then pull in. So you could always just kind of start with the legs and then eventually add in those arms. So I'd extend my right leg back, extend my left arm out, thumb always up. and then maybe pull that elbow to knee and extend back out. Pulling it in and back out. So just different alternatives. You could go with both sides. Again, you could always just stick with the legs and that's okay too. Or start with the arms, whichever works. Okay, I'll see you guys next time.